everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Janice. Hey, on this episode, the road takes us south to Tampa, Florida, where Kelly has a training conference going on this week, and I'm going to do some vacation stuff. Um, this week, we're going to be staying at the Hilton Alba Resort here in Tampa, and while she's in her training conference, I'm going to be looking at two VW shops that I found down here in Tampa and taking a tour of those places, talking to the owners, and seeing what all they offer and what kind of cars they got, things like that. And then I'll show you some other stuff that I've done while I'm down here in Tampa. So let's get started. All right, the first shop that I found was Olson's Air Cool Garage. They're located at 4902 North Florida Avenue here in Tampa. They're north of downtown. Great little old shop. Larry Olson is the owner of this shop. He's been in business for 40 years. He's been at this location for 25 years. Before that, he was in another location for about 10 years. And then before that, at another location for about 5 or 6 years. But he's been doing this most of his life. He's very knowledgeable about VWs, buses and bugs, and he was pleasant to talk to. He has so much knowledge, and I didn't have enough time to ask him enough questions, but he was more than happy to take me around the shop, give me a tour of the shop, and introduce me to the mechanics that he's got there, and they were so pleasant to talk to. They also did a bus, the mechanical work and some body work for a bus that the Bellamy brothers had, and he tried to talk them into doing a wrap on the bus like we did with Janice, but they were set on getting it painted, so they found a lady here in town that painted it up, and they call it the Stash Mobile. But that was pretty cool knowing that, hey, they did work on that bus. And again, Olson's Air Cool Garage, great people, great owner. Ever in town or you live in Tampa, hey, make sure you go by and give these folks some props and let them know that you appreciate them. Hey, the next VW shop that I found in Tampa was called Fisher Buggies. They've been in business for over 30 years, and they specialize in air-cooled VW service and repair, but they also do full fabrication. They're located at 5006 Alkaline Drive in Tampa. They're kind of east of downtown Tampa. Great folks, great shop, and the gentleman that I talked to on this day his name was Jim. Hey, very knowledgeable guy, friendly. He even knew a guy up in Alabama. When I told him I was from Alabama, he said, hey, I know a guy up in Alabama. His name's Lindy Harrell. And he goes around and buys VWs and salvages them and basically rescues them and then resells them. But he's also got a parts place. And I didn't even know the guy even existed. So that's another place in Alabama that was a good contact for me in finding parts for Janice. So, but yeah, Jim, we talked for a long time. Showed me around the shop there. Took me in the back and showed me around. The first place that he took me, first room in the back was they had a bunch of cars in there that were all customers. It was raining outside, so they brought them all in, and they've also got body panels in there stored all the way to the ceiling. And then when you walk through that room to the back room, they have a room where they've got lifts to work on them, customers' VWs. But then the room next to it is their engine room. That's where they can rebuild VW motors for customers or build you one from the ground up. They've got that capability. They've got two mechanics back there that really knew what they were talking about. Then when we went on to the next room was their fabrication room where they build VW They build dune buggy frames, parts that you can't find anymore. Anything that you need fabricated, hey, they can do it. When we went back down the hall back toward the showroom was their parts room, and they had from ceiling to floor rows and rows and rows of parts. And then we walked back out into the showroom, and let me tell you, if you need a part, these folks has got it. Great people, great shop. They are very knowledgeable about anything. So the two shops that I visit, Olson's Air Cool Garage and Fisher Buggies, hey, if you need parts, you can order them from these folks, and they can get them to you really quick. It's a quick turnaround on your order. And also, if you're ever in town, hey, go by and say hey to them and give them props and show them some love by buying some merch from them or parts or whatever. And when I was at both of these places, I bought some t-shirts from me and Kelly, and I just like to support the local VW shops because they're a dying breed and they're dying out, and you can't find them anymore. I was on the way home from a vintage record shop, and I saw a garage there called A&D Garage that had several VWs out in front of it. So I pulled in there because one of them had a for sale sign on it, and I pulled in there and talked to the lady that was behind the counter, and she said that those VWs out there that had the for sale signs, they were on consignment there for some customers of theirs, and then the other VWs were there for maintenance or whatever. But they had a 68 bay window that was there. It was kind of in rough shape. It had some rust on it, so it had some rust holes in it. And then they had a Vanakin there that was all decked out in some decals. It was called the Mystery Machine. And so it was a very successful day, and seeing some old repair shops still in business, and seeing another shop that was working on VWs. So all in all, it was a good day, good trip around Tampa and Clearwater. So until next time, like we say in the VW world, hey, drive them if you got them. Peace and VW life. And I'll see you on the next one. Hey, make sure you check out the YouTube channel, The Combi Chronicles, with Lee and Willow as they take you on their adventure through countries in their VW bus called Ruby. So make sure you check it out and subscribe to The Combi Chronicles.
This week we find ourselves back on the road and about to attempt our most epic drive on our trip so far.
Hey, Kelly and I would like to thank you for tuning in to this episode of Adventures with Janice. If you'd like to keep up with our adventure, make sure you click that subscribe button and click that bell for notifications of when we post new videos. Also, if you like the content, hey, give us a big thumbs up, and you can always leave us comments in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you. So thanks for tuning in to this episode of Adventures with Janice. And remember, like we say in the VW world, drive them if you got them. Peace and VW life.